Hey guys, I've got some interesting AI news I want to share with you today. First off, have you noticed the Pope's swag in that puffy jacket? Also, did you hear that Italy has outright banned OpenAI's ChatGPT in its country? And UNESCO jumps in and weighs in on the recommendation of ethics on artificial intelligence. This is the first in a long series talking about AI news and updates and apps that I'm excited and thrilled to share with you. We've got a lot to talk about today and a lot to talk about in the future, so buckle up and let's jump right in. Okay, so you might have seen this image of the Pope in this swagged out puffy white jacket. Even I shared it to kind of troll and see people's thoughts, but it has taken the internet by storm and it's caused a lot of people to really rethink honestly, all of the image creation AI that we see out there. In fact, Midjourney today announced that they're no longer going to have a free tiered option because too many people are deepfaking important events. Things are getting pretty wild out there. And actually, just before this image went viral on Twitter and Reddit, there was already an open letter that was released. You might have heard about it already. It was signed by Elon Musk and over 1,000 other notable AI developers. And it had some pretty big things to say. It talked about a 6-month moratorium, a pause on AI development out of fears of what was happening and happening so fast. I want to pull some quotes from this PDF and share with you. One of the quotes says, "Should we develop non-human minds that might eventually outnumber, outsmart, obsolete, and replace us?" These are big existential questions from big thinkers. Another quote from that PDF was, "If such a pause cannot be enacted quickly, governments should step in and institute a moratorium." Now, I'll try to keep my personal politics out of this, but when has a government with these sweeping prohibitions ever helped an industry like this? Who would enforce this, and how would they do that? What company would hamstring itself, or country would hamstring itself right now when things are moving so fast and so importantly? And right on the heels of this letter, the United Nations Educational, Scientific, Cultural Organization, also referred to as UNESCO, is reminding everybody that they've already gone through some recommendations for ethics in this field. In fact, they wrote a PDF back in 2021. They already came up with this big 46-page PDF suggesting how governments and businesses can try to enforce moratoriums or law changes. In fact, UNESCO recently appealed again for the technology community to follow their guidelines after that big letter signed by Elon and a bunch of other people. I read this PDF. It's long, it's interesting. A lot of it's full of a bunch of gobbledygook and silly language, but two important quotes I pulled out from it said, "The development of AI raises ethical questions that go beyond the technical aspects of its design and use, and require a reflection on the values and principles that should guide its development and deployment." Guide its values. Another quote pulled out was, "The ethical implications of AI are not limited to its impact on individuals, but also extend to society as a whole, including issues related to social justice, democracy, and the distribution of benefits and risks." Now, all this was written back in Paris in 2021, or even presented in Paris back in 2021. So who knows how long they've been working on this PDF, but obviously so much has changed in the last week or month. Surely a lot has changed since 2021. According to UNESCO's recommendations, some of the key ethical challenges associated with using artificial intelligence include issues related to transparency, accountability, bias, privacy, and even human dignity. All good points that do need to be addressed, but by whom? But all of this raises questions from little old me. Why should we trust UNESCO to provide ethical guidance on artificial intelligence when they have a history of political bias and corruption themselves? Also, isn't it a little hypocritical for UNESCO to promote universal respect for human rights while also supporting authoritarian regimes that violate those rights? Given the lack of consensus on what even constitutes ethical behavior in AI development, it could be a little presumptuous for UNESCO to claim that their recommendations should be the definitive standard. All questions that I'm sure they have asked themselves, and we will continue to ask as people look for guidance or perhaps outsource some of that guidance to a broader, more authoritative group of people. And following all of this, today, Italy announces that they're banning OpenAI's ChatGPT. Now, some of this is to stop processing users' data. The method of information collecting might not be up to par to the regulators, but this is also because of a big leak that happened last week. In an article written by Shiona McCullum from the BBC, she reports that Ursula Pachel, Deputy Director of the BEUC, that's the European Consumer Organization, Ursula says there are serious concerns growing about how ChatGPT and similar chatbots might deceive and manipulate people. These AI systems need greater public scrutiny, and public authorities must reassert control over them. Look, this is just the beginning. We're going to see more interest in oversight, slowing down of progress, and I'm not so quick to say that's not responsible. I just don't know who has the authority or right to impose that here. I personally think the cat's out of the bag. Pandora's box is opened. We're simply never going back to the way it was before this pre-affordable AI world we're in. What are your thoughts? Are you excited? Are you scared? Do you feel like you're getting left behind really fast? Do you even know really where to begin? Well, stay tuned. Like I said, hopefully this is the first in a very long series talking about AI news, AI updates, AI apps, how you can utilize this type of technology. And I'm so excited you're already here. And wherever you are seeing this, on whatever social media platform, if you could like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the things, it means so much to me. I'm super excited to dive headfirst into this, help hold the hands of some of my friends and colleagues and show them about this new technology, but I can't wait to share more with you. So please stick with me, tag along. We're going to have a lot of fun jumping into this. Let's see what happens.